Okay. Then those guys in front are rather blasted. Those guys in the back show up and shoot a lot at Gawain and a little bit at Void. But first the Gawain shot.
Hard cover, minus 2d6.
Yes. Oh no, I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, you forgot the thing.
Hit one. Yes. But what's your evasion?
Still, one of those is a 6. The other one's 11. So.
Yeah.
My evasion is 11.
Yeah, then you're hit twice.
Okie doke. That is going to be the regular amount of damage.
Yes.
What's the regular amount of damage?
4 per hit.
Is that armor piercing or no?
No, it's not armor.
4 per hit, then you only take 4 damage, Gwen. If you remember, I Argonaut shielded him, which means he takes 50% of the damage, I take 50% of the damage.
Okay.
But since it's not armor piercing, I armor absorb all of that.
Oh, quickie question was the order of operations. Armor or halving it first?
Armor and then halving it.
Alright, so 3 and then divide by half, 1.5.
Which
up or down?
gets round up to 2. 2 damage.
Okay,
It's
so
always,
I just take 2 damage.
It's always round up in this game. It's a rule.
We mean,
okay,
wait a second, we mean rounding down. From what?
No, rounding
from 1.5, up or down.
No, I know, I understand that part. I'm talking about the... Because my armor, my shield takes the hit first, separates the damage in half, and then your armor applies.
Okay.
Okay, so then I take 2 total rather than 2 per hit.
Right,
no, you take...
because the halving refers to resistance. The Argonaut shield is something else. That's a different halving of the damage, because that's dividing the damage between 2 players instead of halving the damage itself. So if the 8 damage gets divided into 4 on either of us, and then your armor applies in the order of operations.
But, so, yeah, on the first hit, then Gawain takes 1 damage, because you take half, he takes 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. And on the second hit, do you still take the half?
Oh, right, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, so it goes 2-2 and then 2-2. In which case, then your armor applies, and then my armor applies.
Yeah. So,
Okay, then. I think we have this sorted out correctly.
How often does the Argonaut shield apply?
Until he moves away from me, or I move away from him.
Okay, yeah, then, another, okay. Then, Gawain 2 times 1 damage after all the shenanigans.
Yep, so I'm at 13 now.
Okay. Void, you acted first. Designate somebody.
I thought I... Okay, anyway, Cobra.
Alright. Well, I think it would be wise of me to bleed this heat and reload my loading weapons.
That would be true. I think when you do a, whatever the action is called again, a, Stabilize, you could also get rid of my Impair if you wanted to.
I'll do that if I can.
I think that gives up one of your options to do so, though.
What? How can he get rid of your Impair?
Because that's just the statement in it. End a condition on yourself or an adjacent ally that isn't caused by one of your own systems. Such as impaired, shredded, jammed, slowed, immobilized, stunned, or locked on.
How have we not been using that?
You could do that instead of reloading if you want to.
You guys let one of my characters die! Because he was shredded! You never helped him.
I was not aware of this rule at the time.
Yeah,
Even
but-
our GM wasn't quite aware of that.
Yeah, but
I will
then
actually keep my heat and load the weapon.
no, Cobra. So basically, you have the choice of either getting rid of the heat or repairing, and
I'm
then
repairing, and I am.
and the second one either reload or end the condition.
Killing things might be really good. It's really up to you.
I thought I would be able to reload and end his condition, but
No, you can't do that.
all right then.
I paste the text again. Okay.
All right, so yeah, let's end that condition on him, and I will repair and end that heat.
No, you either repair or get rid of
Oh.
the heat. So it's one from the top two and one from the bottom three.
I'm sorry, I fucked that up. Okay, repair the mech and end the condition.
All right, so I will no longer be impaired then. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't realize you could do that on an alley. Yeah, nice. Then how about yeah, I had this one shoot, now I have this one on top of the building. Take their shots. And they start shooting at Void. Yeah, great. And then the small ones start shooting at Gwaine. Oh, I'm doing it wrong again. The second one is a hit. Yeah, it's only -6, so it's a 13. So you take 1 more damage.
Okay, doke.
Gwaine, your turn.
Okay, so I got my options open. I could go ahead and try to blow this thing up, which could be successful. I'll go ahead and try doing that. I'm no longer impaired, so I have +1 accuracy this time. And I have full damage. And I'm going to lock onto them beforehand, which will give me an additional accuracy. So order of operations is lock on and now fire missile.
Okay.
That is going to be a crit. So
Yeah,
I'll
it
go
doesn't
ahead and
matter.
1d6 plus 3. 8 damage.
So instead of obliterating them, you did a true overkill.
Very nice. I will follow up by, because I critically hit, this group will go ahead and take 3 damage.
Okay. Yeah. If,
Now I have the choice of how far up do I move. I could leave the map this turn.
no. Oh yeah, by overcharging, right.
Yes, I could leave the map right now by overcharging and leave everyone else a little bit behind. What are the odds everyone else can get out the next turn that they take? Void definitely can. Cobra, how much movement did you have?
I'm checking now, looking for it on the sheet.
Man,
Speed 6.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely escape too, so... I will go ahead and designate one more hero point to Cobra, just a little bit further, we just have to make it.
so that we can then get 2 kilometers further into the city before we can escape.
I imagine the narrative of this is that once we get past here, we escape over the wall. Correct, Teal-chan? That was the plan
No.
the whole time, right?
No.
This is why I was pointing
I
it
mean,
out.
that's...
This is what I was pointing out on the map, is that we're on the very left-hand side of 2 axes of city. We have to cross an entire city to get out.
I mean, this was why I asked the questions and like told you what the plan was from the beginning. We wanted to hop over the wall,
Yeah, but
then we're like on the.
We're riverside of the city, though, which is the very left, the very western side of the city. We have 2 hexes, which is we've already described as kilometers wide. We had a lot of city to cover.
Oh dear.
We've
I
just
feel like
left
I've been a little misled.
This is why I've said
I
it
mean, we're
15
already
times.
on the- Quick, everyone, double back.
This is why I kept saying I feel like my boss wants me to cross the minefield for some reason.
I mean, sorry, Zero, you misunderstood, but clearly someone in the group understood. So
Okay, well,
That's
I mean,
why-
we're already this far.
I said we could have taken 5 steps to the left and just walked into the river, and we would have been done immediately.
I didn't think that was. Well, whatever. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and overcharge, and I'm gonna leave the map.
I mean, technically, you can fly. You could just leave the city altogether.
Yeah, I could just leave it behind if I want. But I'm off the map.
Well, no, what we do here is that you fly up, right? Like, right into the sun. I mean, into the sunlight, so everyone looking up at you can't see you. Void and Cobra, we just set our mechs to self-destruct. We eject into the air. You just grab us, and we'll just all fly.
That's a distinct possibility, actually. I got extra space. I can just carry you along. Still, my turn's over. I've escaped. Let's see what happens next. I'll salvage this. I'll salvage my own mistake, I swear.
I mean, you flying along. Wow, there's a lot more city than I remember there being. Huh. I gotta figure out how to fix
glad I
this.
don't have to care about my companions, and I can just escape this scenario whenever I want.
Thank God they got me out of jail.
Wait, you get shot at. 5 armor-piercing explosive damage.
Of course, why wouldn't it be? I don't know why you keep saying explosive. Does that mean something? Have I been forgetting something?
Something specifically indicate if they're resistant to kinetic or explosive, so...
Right, I understand that, but all I have is armor. So...
Yeah, you asked for it the last several times.
Yeah, no, I mean, I specifically, if I'm immobilized, I'm resistant to kinetic, but I've never read really anything that had anything to do with explosive. Well, I guess technically. Never mind, I'm talking on my ass. Cadmus Razor does care. But that's only so I can take more damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's so yeah, it's not kinetic. I can also say not kinetic if you prefer.
No, it was just me. I was thinking out loud without, putting the block on the brain.
And then there's
I was like, is there a difference between
Shooting
explosive
at
and blast?
Cobra?
No, there's not. Wait a second.
Cobra. What's your defense?
Let me check. 14.
Yeah, then they manage to miss you. And Void, you get hit for 5 more armor piercing damage.
Of course it is. Hold on a sec.
That's
bring me
okay,
to...
all the non-armor piercing ones missed you. Aren't you lucky to avoid that?
no, because that's a structure point damage. Hold on a sec. Let me mark it on my sheet. So, structure 1. D6. 3 is a what? I don't have the thing open.
Roll a d6 again, and then you lose Alpha system or weapon. That's a weapon.
I'll lose the assault cannon.
Your turn. Gawain is off the map. And Gawain acted last. Who do you nominate?
I'll nominate Cobra.
All right. Zip. Zupadoodle.
Off the map doodle.
Yep.
And Clovis
Oh, my
more
armor goes up.
shooting at you. But yeah. I don't bother to roll the non-armor piercing ones. It misses. Your turn.
Oh, if it's a new turn, I guess I'm the only one left in the city, right? I'm sorry, I'm the only one left on this map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow us.
You know, I feel like I'm in a pretty good position right here. By which I mean, I might be able to salvage something from this scenario. Sorry, I'm just trying to see something here.
No,
What?
don't self-destruct. It's not worth it.
Really? You don't think for all these guys it's not worth it?
I'm just teasing.
Okay. Well, no, not even specific self-destruct. I have another move. I think... Okay. I am going to stand where I am. I'm going to use my Rooted ability, which allows me to immobilize myself as a quick action to gain resistance to kinetic damage. Is there anything I can do to myself here? No. I guess I'm also going to retort loop. I guess these guys. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to retort loop. I'm going to. No, I
Question
will.
about your move there. The thing hurting you is explosive AP, right?
The ones that are hitting me with AP are also explosive, yes. So the fact that those are also. Those don't matter, right? I'm gonna get hit by.
Right.
I'm gonna get hurt by those no matter what. Those do not matter.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering, like, why do that if the other things don't hurt you? I'm not sure what you gain by immobilizing yourself.
Yeah.
You'll
just
you'll
letting
see.
Louis move.
Okay.
You'll see.
I'm also curious, but I'm waiting, so.
Yeah, you wait. My master plan will make itself apparent when I shoot myself in the
Unless, no,
face
I must have
and you
the
find an
biggest
empty
master
mech. Just anyway, I will. I don't have leadership, so I will not fire my weapon, but I will take the quick action to jackhammer a building. Specifically, this corner piece right here. Again, the retort loop is a cannon weapon.
Yeah.
I'm going to destroy the corner of this building right here. Which will then deal 2 damage to this group of guys right here. And knock them 2 away.
Yeah. And then I guess it's shooting time.
Yeah, that's everything. I'm done.
That's all subalterns now focus on you, well, since the others are just running away. And
So I'm assuming it's what?
yeah, it's 2 hits. For
No,
5
I'm
armor.
sorry. I'm trying to... Add 0. Okay. I'm assuming that's what? This, and this shooting at me right now?
No, these on the right.
But they're shooting through a building?
No, it just collapsed. They now have a line of sight.
Okay,
right?
well, you rolled and then moved them forward. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, sorry, I just.
Alright, and they're hitting me with what?
5 armor piercing damage.
Of course
Explosive.
it is. I am going to brace Using my hardening.
I mean,
So the first one will deal 5 damage to me straight off.
no, you can half it, right? Because you break.
Right. So 3 damage.
Yeah.
But the next one has a penalty. So that would be doesn't matter. It would. Well, wait. If you roll a 6 on your penalty, you'll miss me. Okay. But then I have the overshield, so which that just negates the damage altogether. So that's that.
Yeah. Then it's your turn again.
The guys that got knocked back don't do anything?
Oh, the guys you knocked back already shot before you knocked them back.
Oh,
You were the
okay.
first ones to shoot.
Okay. Sorry, that didn't work out exactly as I hoped it would. The master plan not going masterfully as I hoped.
Well, at the very least, you're perfectly free to still escape whenever you want to.
Right, but I'm not there yet. I am going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean,
6.
these are infantry, so you can just move through them if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
not
doing that weird
obstructing.
I'm a giant good around children thing.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't want to fire the gun. Yeah, I will root again. And end my turn. As a reminder, though, I do have soft cover.
Yeah. Then, thanks for a reminder. I'm just thinking about how smart they would be. But maybe not this round. 1, 2, 3. That's a hit. 2
Yes.
more troops attacking.
I know that a 19 is a hit. Well,
Yeah.
only 3 guys are attacking?
No, I'm waiting this time after the hit to give you the chance to brace.
Oh
or
yeah, no,
something,
I'll
so-
brace. I'll brace immediately. And I'll gain overshield 5, but that's applied after the damage is, so it's 3 damage. So I guess I'll assume from this point forward that it's all going to be armor-piercing explosive.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't know why everything in this universe just doesn't do that.
We can discuss this afterwards. Okay, then. And the 14 is another hit.
Which doesn't matter, because the overshield takes care of that.
New turn.
Let's see, these guys did that. Griffin, are you here? You still here with
Yeah,
us?
I'm still here. I haven't done anything.
No, I understand. Can I drag you to another channel real quick? Sorry, Teal Chan, I need an aside real quick to discuss a real quick matter of strategy.
Sure, okay.
Okay, I was lagging there for a second. I thought I dragged. Burst 1 on a size 2 mech. How far away would that be from me?
I would assume from the edge of your map.
Right, but that would just be burst 1 around me, right? Not any increased size. Okay.
I'm very certain you will hit every one of those.
Sorry, I'm trying to lure him in, which has been really hard to do if he doesn't move any closer to me. So.
Right, they all have range weapons though, so.
Yeah, I understand. That's what I'm trying to move in further one way to make him follow me into these close quarters. Because my core ability is to explode, and I do a lot more damage the higher my armor is, but
Right, and
Wow.
I guess one of the biggest things to remember here is that one of those groups is on top of the roof and you're still on the ground.
But it's fine though. I can move up underneath them. I'm a size 2 guy. I'm right there with them. Remember, because you were on the roof getting protection from me, which means he's already ruled that works.
Awesome. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Let's see it happen.
All right.
Come
All
back.
right. I am going to move.
Am I just
there.
squishing people?
Yeah, but they're just moving out of my range because my footsteps aren't area of attack effects. And then I'm going to root myself again, and then I'm going to end my turn.
Okay.
Skirmisher takes effect again.
That's a hit. You
All
brace.
right, I brace. I take 3 damage.
And 2 more hits.
Alright, one of those gets absorbed by the overshield, and I take the other one. And that's all of them, right?
Yes. So it's your turn again.
Where are these guys at?
Yeah, on top of the building.
Okay, they just jumped up on top. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I think this might just be as good as it's going to get. No. No. Damn it, no. Alright, you know what? It's gonna have to be. I'm just gonna have to make him work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've got 4 groups touching my box. I've always wanted to say that. I'm gonna activate my core system. Hyperactive mode. My armor is currently at 7.
Okay.
So next time any of them deal damage to me, I'm going to deal 2d6 kinetic damage to everybody within range around me.
So it's at the end of your turn, so you can go ahead and roll this one.
No, it's anytime they shoot me.
What?
Every time they shoot me. So my armor's going to explode next time they shoot me, dealing this damage around me. And then if they shoot me again, it's going to go back to 1 armor because of the other thing I have affecting me, which means that it'll just start getting 2 damage, and then 2 damage, and 2 damage, and 2 damage, until we get up to 6 again, and 2d6. This effect lasts till the end of the scene. This is my active core ability.
Okay.
You understand, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. But at the end of your turn, which is now...
No, it's not
the
now.
armor...
This is a protocol. This is the start of my turn.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. You're right, okay.
This is just
Then what's your-
just the active mode of a passive ability.
Okay, then what's your second action? But
I only moved, and I'd used a protocol, which means I have the full action left. I'm going to stabilize.
no, you braced, right? You braced. You
Oh,
don't
right,
have
yeah, I
full
braced
action.
last turn. Fuck, it's hard to remember
So,
these
and-
things sometimes.
And with the brace, you don't even get your normal move, but just a quick move, and you moved. So it's a boost.
No, it's
Right?
not a boost. I have a normal move. I can't boost as a brace.
Okay, yeah.
Which means I have a quick action left. In which case, immobilizing myself doesn't matter, because you already said they've stopped firing kinetic at me. Even though someone in this
No.
group used to be firing kinetic.
No, it's I just read brace again. You don't get a regular move when you brace, so you have to use your single quick action to boost to be where you
That
are.
doesn't sound right. Either that or we've been doing it wrong for a long time.
Yeah, that can be, but I can also paste it if you want.
If you won't be able to stabilize with it, but if you do want to do another quick action, you do still have plenty of overcharge.
Yeah. So unless you overcharge, it's the end of your turn.
Hold on. Huh. I don't remember reading that before. Then I'll just do the boost thing then, and then I will do nothing. That way I can still retain my soft cover. So your move.
Yeah, but now it's the end of your turn and your armor shatters.
Okay. So again, I'm gonna hit everybody but this one group over here.
Yes. So
For 8 damage. And they must pass a hull save or be knocked prone. And since this is burst, which I believe they're not resistant to,
yeah, I skipped the hull saves. They all spent their movement action to stand up their next turn. But now it gets interesting. Let me fire one of the normal weapons. That's 3 hits. So
Oh dear, they won't survive through this.
I mean,
yeah, because they all take 2, 4, 6 damage now.
you are exposed on top. So
I'm sorry, you didn't say it again?
Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah. So it's 4 damage each,
No.
non-armor piercing, but you are exposed. And now I'm confused how it interacts all with your armor.
Why am I exposed?
Oh, your core system you activated is.
Oh, your mech is exposed, right? Yeah, you're right. Because they're hitting me. Every time they hit me, I'm dealing 2 damage to everybody around me in a burst 1. So you just hit me 3 times, which means everybody around me takes a total of 6 burst 1 damage.
Yeah, yeah. But oh, you. Okay.
My system is active till the end of the scene. Yes, I shed debris in a burst 1 explosion around my mech, dealing 2 kinetic damage.
Sorry, I'm confused about your armor, because your armor steps up with every hit, and you are exposed, and please calculate the damage you take, because...
Right, well, I'm trying to answer your confusion before I go to my stuff, because I'm saying that you're taking 6 damage, and you said I'm confused, so...
I'm not confused about your core system, I'm confused about your active armor, which goes up with each hit. I'm too tired to do the calculations, basically.
Well, yes? Don't worry about that. I can take my own damage.
Yes, then.
I just gotta be reminded what exposed means.
Yeah. Yeah, then go ahead and take your damage.
Well, I just asked you to remind me what exposed means. You said okay, and then we went quiet.
So. Exposed means it doubles your damage.
Okay, and you said each of those hits was 4 damage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 1 armor at the moment for when I get hit the first time. The first hit will deal 8 damage, which means it's reduced down to 7. I will exposed It's going to be the most damaging hit. I will brace, which makes that 4 damage, right?
Yes.
4 damage, reducing me down to 1 current hull, increasing my armor to 2. You know, I'm just going to erase the retort loop part of this. I can remember everything from the armor part. So my current armor is now 2. The second one, the increased difficulty is not going to matter. You rolled a 6 on that, and it's going to hit me no matter what. That's 4, doubled to 8, reduced down, make it 6. Will bring me full circle to 17. I take a structure hit. Bring me to 2 structure, meaning I roll 2d6. Oh, sorry, that was a 2 and a 2. What's a 2? That's another d6 roll, right?
Yes.
It's a system, right?
Yes.
I destroyed my Camus's razor. My armor goes up to 3. The next one, having another difficulty on that's not going to matter anyway because you rolled a natural 20. Double damage goes up to 8 again. Reduce that down to 5. Oh, sorry, you know what? I forgot something. I braced, I got the overshield. The overshield would reduce one of those down to 2. That would have been the second one. The second one was an 8. Reduced it down to 6. 5 overshield. So that would have been reduced down to 1 damage. Which would reduce me to 0 anyway, so I just circle that back around to 22. And then I take the 6-point hit, reducing me down to 16. And my current armor is now 4.
Now that the first group shot, the others got a little bit more cautious. They don't want to damage all their friends again.
So they moved to stand up, fired on me, and then boosted away.
Yeah. And now the others move away, and the last group fires at you.
And they took their 6 damage.
They have armor of 1, so it's 3 damage.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, because they would have taken 3 separate. Was it 3? Yeah,
Yeah.
3 separate 2 hits.
Yeah. And the last group shoots at you. Now that everybody moved out of the way. Oh,
Say the
sorry,
last group fires 3 times.
yeah, because it's a squad, right? They have several attacks each. Okay, I forgot to apply the difficulty, but it wouldn't matter. You get hit twice anyway. And the armor piercing shot misses. So
I'm just thinking now, this would probably be a pretty good core ability for a grappling build.
it's 8 damage minus 4 and 8 damage minus 5, right?
Assuming that they're all doing 4 damage base,
Yeah.
yeah. So 7 damage total.
And then it's Cobra Gawain, you still hear a lot of shooting in your back if you want to re-enter the combat.
I get this distinct feeling he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yes.
I do have a very long range on my protocol. May I go ahead and activate it?
You mean scanning? Oh.
No, I mean Divine Punishment.
Oh, that. say a core system because 1,000 things are protocol. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right, so they can go ahead and make agility tests. Yes, agility saves with a difficulty 1, and then they will take 1d6 plus 4 explosive damage, or half on success.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage, please.
8.
And roll, roll for the upper left.
See, knowing what I know now, this plan of mine was very much, I guess, overblown. Because I dealt one of these groups of guys 26 damage overall, already reducing armor. I did more than 26 damage to them, and they're still up and around. So thinking that 2d6 damage was going to take a bunch of these guys out, like they have more damage, they have more armor than I do, and I'm a tank. Armor, sorry, not more armor. They have more hit points than I do, and I'm built for hit points.
Right, one of the
That's,
biggest factors is that they're basically resistance unless it's a burst effect, but you had those specifically. I
Oh
think you
yeah,
still did a
right,
good job
yeah.
for your plan, and it was a good idea initially, for sure.
I forgot that the 16 damage I did was resisted, so that was technically 8 points that I dealt to them there. The other
Yeah.
one was 1, so I did technically... Okay, I've done... To one of these groups, I've done 18 points of damage, and they're still up. But still, that's a significant amount of damage, and they survived it.
We've still gone from one group down to like 3 or 4 groups down, so I mean, you did something. You did good.
These 3 groups on the right and the middle one, they all look really battered. I don't know how you calculate 18 damage. I calculated less.
That group right here, right? That's the one that I hit with the 16-point retort cannon that they halved down to 8. I've hit them with a 8-point blast damage, which means it's already at 16.
No, stop. The retort cannon was on another group. The retort cannon guys are already dead.
No, it was these guys. They moved. Oh, if you did that, I didn't see that because these are they were right here. These guys moved back around the corner and then came back around again. So to my recollection, it was these guys the entire time.
Yeah, there were 2 groups around there. One of them's gone.
Yeah.
Gotta plan to fuck them up.
But like I said, 3 groups are pretty low right now.
Can I get within range 15 of these troublemakers right here?
Yes, you can.
Doing this.
But it's basically a new round, and Gawain more or less acted first, so it's one of these guys.
If I could just interject real quick, just as an outward thought in the middle. I know it's in the middle of combat and everything, but would it be too meta since this part of the game is like just basically a war game, right? We can all agree this is basically just a board game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be too meta to have, because you can see what our hit point totals are on our tokens, to have hit point totals on the enemy tokens too? Would that be too meta?
Basically, in the rules, it says if you scan, you get told the hit point totals, and if you don't scan, you more or less don't.
Well, you also said at the beginning of a fight, we know what kind of enemy they are and their basic stats and everything like that.
No, you know their...
Back on the ice planet, you said that.
You actually had to scan them.
But not their basic stats.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Alright, well, I mean, idea for the future, guys. We need to really fall back on the lock-ons and the scans and all that shit that we used to do.
I would love to do them more, but I'm scrambling to do so many things. I'm so sorry.
I know, it's just I'm thinking out loud to myself, man, not being able to see the information really is making me doubt every fucking thing that we do these days.
Yeah.
It's like, I swear to God, I hit this guy for 26 damage, he's still fucking up. And somewhere in the back, Teal is like, ha ha ha, he's like the third other guy. You keep thinking you're firing at the same guy. And at the same time, it's like, well, this is the same fucking token group for everything. I can't fucking tell. Oh, you know what? If these guys had fucking names, I'd be able to tell. Maybe if we didn't have, sorry, these aren't real legitimate complaints. They're just things that maybe make the game work better. If we put name tags on these things and they just had maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I wouldn't be as so confused about this.
Yeah, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, just something so like I said, I swear to God, I hit that guy 15 times now, and you're like, no, that's 2 different guys. So I can't help it that Johnny A brought his twin brother Johnny B in.
I don't see Johnny 5.
And but I mean, basically, I just experiment. Next time I will do it for all the groups. This time, now, one group fires at Void, which still got skirmisher cover. Did you brace? You braced, right? Or didn't you?
I'm pretty sure I did, yeah.
Okay, but for both of these, it doesn't matter. And of course, I forgot to add a bonus. So for the second one, it would matter. But doesn't 11 hit?
Wait, why would the 11 hit?
Uh,
I mean, if it's an advantage and a sorry, it's not advantage, disadvantage. What is it called in this game again?
sorry, they basically are rolling 1d20 plus
Accuracy and
4.
Accuracy and difficulty, they negate themselves out.
Yeah,
So
but
they have, if they hit this, you said the second one though. The second one has a minus 1d6, and you're adding a plus 1d6, which means they just negate themselves out.
No, sorry. I forgot to do your bracing, so they have a minus 2d6, but keep 1, right?
Right, which
Yeah.
means it's a 7 and not an 11.
No, it's an 11 because I forgot to add the plus 4 flat bonus they have. You see? I forgot to type it in.
No, well that's a hit then. But you said bonus, so all I thought was that 1d6 was added on, not that you...
No, yes.
4 that you never mentioned.
Yes, sorry. Okay, then the explosive guy misses. It's 2 more flat hits of 4 damage, which get doubled, and your armor subtracted, and then Gawain may nominate the next player.
Cobra, you wanted to go. Go ahead and do something.
Thank you, sir. All right, I've already put down the text for my course system, which will give me a 3d6 bonus damage on a critical hit. I assume in the time we've been running, I've had time to reload the anti-material rifle and the missile rack.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, then using the... well, let's see if I hit first on the first one. Okay, I'm gonna use my leadership point on the reroll. All right.
Which group did you attack?
The one between Void and us.
Okay. Okay. And your second attack? Weapon system, whatever? Cobra?
I had the wrong button pressed down. Okay, if I get more attacks after using the heavy weapon, then let me add that heat.
Oh.
And I have the auxiliary missile rack. Although I don't think I'll
You've
be in
used 2
range.
slots, correct?
Yeah, but if the auxiliary are in the same mount, he can use them.
Yeah. I'm just making sure because I remember last time we had some confusion.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, but they have to be within range 10. Would I still
no,
be within range to do this?
no, you wouldn't.
Okay, then
Because
no bother rolling.
you see, it's already 12 hexes to the edge of the map. So.
Yes.
Okay, then this last very damaged group simply attacks only with the with the anti-armor weapon, but it misses. So Void, you didn't act so far this round. Theta?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
It's your turn.
Fuck. I guess I gotta get out of here.
I'll be right back making tea.
I'm done. I mean, I braced, so this is all I got. Wait, actually, no, I can boost. I mean, I can overcharge. Because that was a boost, technically. Now that I've relearned what the hell brace means. Which I'm sure I'll relearn it again later.
It's okay. We can all be stupid together.
Alright, I'm off the map.
Woo, we did it.
Okay. Yeah. So you're basically running deeper into the city, leaving some of the pursuers behind you. But you're sure once you reach the walls, there will be more in advance. But I'd like to break the session here, so you could come up with alternative plans till next session.
That is true. I guess at this point we're technically free to actually retreat the way we were intended to.
I mean, at this
rather
point...
than the way I assumed we were going to have to do as a scenario. Because this whole time I'm like, alright, we were in the middle of the city and we're breaking out, and here's a map. So to get out of the city, we obviously have to cross from where we start to the other side, and that means we escape. It's like, nope, we were just placed on the river, on the map, and we could just have chosen not to fight this whole encounter.
That's what I kept saying!
It didn't make sense initially to me as setup, so I was just like, oh, I guess this makes sense, so I'll go ahead and do this.
Well, I mean, if you go back to the other map, I had drawn a line going from the edge of the city in the river, just following the river up, and then circling back out to outside the city. It's like, we could just leave the city that way, and then still go the direction you want to go.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Oh, God.
Sitting here watching, listening to you talk about how let's all go to the river, let's all go to the river, let's all go to the river. And then Zero's like, let's all go to the right.
That's right, that's why I didn't move it first, because I'm like, I don't think our boss knows that there's a minefield in our way. And he just keeps yelling at me to go through the minefield.
That's the minefield I placed down. And still, I'm an idiot. I misunderstood, so I apologize. I want you to take a vote.
Thing.
Do you want to continue on with Zero's stupid plan, or do you want to escape by the river now?
You're the boss.
No, take a vote. Do it as a player. What do you want to see happen?
I shoot myself in the foot.
Ah, no, not good. Alright, Ark, what do you think? think it's
I
time
say
to
we go up
retreat.
the river.
All right,
Yes.
it's time to actually retreat up the river now.
So time to go back the way we came and fight our way right back through.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, at this point, why don't we just march over to the city HQ and put all our mechs around the building and self-destruct and destroy patients?
Honestly, that's actually not that bad of an
That was
idea.
my
Let's just
first
end the
thought.
campaign right here, everyone.
Well, no, we don't have to die in the explosion. I'm just saying that we take out what's his name because he's in the building. We take out patients who he's controlling.
Yeah.
City defaults back under human control.
For now though, I guess let's just go ahead and escape the river. Let's make it a little simple. We're wounded. We should go find a way to repair.
You have
Let's get out of here.
time till Wednesday to determine what you want to do. So, but just to remind you, Beggar One, you have seen him using drones to remote bodies. So the subaltern who claims to be Beggar One, you
Oh yeah,
haven't
undoubtedly
confirmed
drone,
yet
100%.
yeah. So
Right,
and
well, the fact he wants the city and didn't just destroy it himself means that he doesn't want to just destroy the city, so...
just so. And okay. Really what went good, what went that's not so good this time.
I think I was pretty vocal
Regarding-
the entire game, so I don't think I need to say anything.
But regarding all the anti-armor, I mean, the players are somewhat right saying that and somewhat wrong. I mean, if you look at all the NPCs in the GM's handbook, the majority doesn't have armor piercing. That's true. But if you play a campaign like this, where I don't pick all the enemy types, and the most common enemy type is for a long part of the campaign is infantry squads, and infantry squads got anti-armor piercing. So of course, yeah, it's the
Yeah.
only official campaign has a lot of armor piercing in it by its skewed selection of enemies.
I don't know,
So
again, I'm
It's
just...
really interesting here.
I'm
It
just...
seems like they have like 4 attacks total, right?
Yes, therefore
They just get to do all of them. That is,
I am just reflecting on what's constantly pointed back out to me in the pilot Discord, where people say that there's not a lot of armor piercing, and all I have to say is that fuck you bullshit. Not you, Tealchin, them.
Yeah,
Because in our campaign, it's all fucking armor piercing. We had nobody with armor for the longest time, and they were still firing armor piercing at us. It didn't make any fucking sense, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling of like D&D first module of Horde of the Dragon Queen Greenest. You get approached by 8 kobolds. They all kill your party. Oh, okay.
I mean, if it was a thing about being overwhelmed and destroyed, I have no problem with that. It's just... It's like if I was playing my Genghis build, right, which is all burn damage, and then everybody that kept showing up was resistant to burn or immune to burn. I'd be like, well, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's one of those things that invalidates like the purpose of your mech. Like, if we like eliminate that from options, let's take a look at the infantry. They have like 4 attacks. 3 of them are like normal kinetic damage, and then they have the explosive armor piercing one. If you do have armor, then you get hit by the explosive armor piercing one, and you start taking more damage than you anticipated. Your role as a tank is kind of null if there's like a lot of them on the field, which is the way our scenarios get set up because we do 1 battle instead of like 3.
I'm not saying it doesn't...
If you don't have armor, then you're taking 4 hits, and they're all bad, and you're already destroyed. And that seems excessive.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying that...
It's not even like this scenario or like how Teal-chan set us the battles. It's like infantry alone seems very deadly. I'm not sure what to think about that yet. I mean, they do at least blow up quickly. Ish.
You say.
I say, but
In my head,
all of it.
these guys were taking 30 points of damage and just keep mowing towards me.
Yeah. I'll have a solution as soon as I get to change out mech weapon.
Yeah, I mean, infantry is a little bit mean. They have a lot of attacks, and they have the resistance to anything that's not an AoE.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
in a lot of respects, they're better than mechs. Just having a bunch of dudes on the ground.
Yeah, I guess that would be why they're still actually used.
Well,
I guess
I'm just
makes sense,
saying that
almost.
if you could somehow play a bunch of dudes on the ground instead of just a giant mech that's a lot more
Actually-
vulnerable.
Actually, wasn't like the first session where you're like, why do I even need a mech? I'll just get out and start firing my rocket or something.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm still just one guy. I mean-
but if you have like a small herd of guys, then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is dangerous.
Next downtime activity, I'm just gonna hire a bunch of dudes who will be on the ground with guns. And apparently, they're better than my one giant mech. My
Having
epi-
infantry squads is basically what we've been trying to do this whole time with the militia, I think.
Yeah, that really worked out. Now that the city's in charge of being controlled by evil NHP.
I mean, you're basically the elite group, so a single mech is way better than one infantry squad or two infantry squads. But of course, it's cheaper to hire 20 infantry squads than to hire 20 mechs. So, numbers wise, infantry makes a lot of sense, but Lancers, elite groups like you are, make sense when you want superior force at one point on the battlefield.
Right, but I gotta imagine from a cost standpoint, right, that you're a government. Like you just said, it's cheaper to hire a bunch of infantry squads, but a bunch of infantry squads are better than one mech. So having one super expensive elite mech versus a bunch of cheap infantry seems like infantry is always the way to go.
No, I wouldn't say it's.
I mean-
We're
You look
surrounded
at-
by thousands of infantry, and they are winning. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the only other reason I would say not to is if you have like a Gawain flying around where the infantry is outmatched because of just like dragon versus knight, right? Dragon just
Yeah.
breathes fire from a distance. But in most cases, we're just walking around, which means infantry just swarms up on you, destroys you.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll have a capital ship missile. It'll solve all of our problems.
It's. I
Ship
guess.
weaponry solves all problems.
I guess this swarming depends on tactics and support and so on.
Well, it's more that they're resistant to most of the damage that we deal because we deal mainly single target hits, except for a couple of bursts or explosions or whatever they're called, and they deal basically damage that defeats any of our defenses, which means that they're the best designed units to take out a mech in this
I
mech
think I
game.
honestly regret every decision I do wherein I like choose to take away bursts. Like, oh, I'll just do this. I'll have my new stuff.
I mean, did you swap out systems, Griffin?
Like back when we made a tier change and I got the new mech.
Yeah.
But not for this session, no, because I remember we didn't have the chance to.
Yeah. Fine.
But yeah, I prepared for like bigger single target things, and yeah, just more infantry.
But
It happens though.
to point it out again, you could simply have run away from this infantry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5
that would
steps
be
to the
my
left.
comment for the day. It's like I misunderstood greatly what the situation is. Whoops. I think that's mostly my bad for assuming like, oh, we're in the center and going outwards.
I mean,
It's why I like tried to clarify at the beginning of the battle, like, what is our objective here and what do we need to do? That
Yeah.
was like why I was trying to pointedly question.
Yeah, my arrow in the river, pointing to the landing pad.
okay. I will number enemy groups next time, so you have an easier time seeing who does what, and also I have an easier time telling you who does what.
Right, and then we don't have to ping who we're targeting. We can just say number 1, number 2.
Yes. And
Also, another problem with the infantry groups is that they're just giant token masses, which means you sometimes they overlap and they mix in too well, so you don't know which one you're actually doing things to.
Yeah, that's true. Because they also don't block area like normal mechs. Mm, apart from how you leave the city, please think about what you want to do next session, because yeah, basically you got a hang of it. So the campaign nature now changed a little bit. If you just wait, then you will get overwhelmed by enemies.
Well, yeah,
Right.
because
We got a
apparently,
couple of different objectives and desires and things that can make things easier, so we have to
Yeah.
choose.
well, that and apparently they got orbital stations that they can watch us from space that are also equipped with weapons of mass destruction. Oh, we also abandoned our duties and went AWOL. So yeah, the campaign's changed.
I mean, so far you didn't go AWOL.
Well,
And-
technically we did, in that we've abandoned the civilian population to a despot ruler, or NHP, who's threatening them with weapons of mass destruction, as previously stated.
Yeah, you can
Or
always claim.
regrouping.
I didn't
Yeah,
hear what
I
you
mean,
said,
you
Ark.
blame the security guard at the front of the building that someone has a suicide vest.
Or regrouping.
He did his best.
I mean, yeah, technically, I guess he could have just jumped on the guy and took
And
the.
also blown a brilliant plan.
I mean, yeah, one guy versus a building full of guys. It's a heroic sacrifice. What are you saying? No? Are you saying let everybody die so one guy can live?
I mean, technically, we're being paid to be here as mercenaries.
Your guys are mercenaries. Remember, my guy's actual military.
I thought you were still technically a part of Mirror Smoke.
I am contracted by Mirror Smoke, but Mirror Smoke is is a contractor. I'm assuming a military contractor, because you remember the description of Lancers is that some of them come from outside and some of them come from.
Yeah.
Because Lancers are technically cavalry of the
So
Union.
you have an inherent incentive to go ahead and sacrifice yourself for the greater good immediately. Zero definitely wants to do the greater good, but realizes he needs to live first.
I'm not saying to sacrifice ourselves. I'm just using your example of the doorman versus the suicide bomber. And I'm saying, yeah, one life for, I don't know what size building we're talking about here, but one life for everyone's is still a better deal than everyone's for that one guy.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, in this case, it's like, well, does the CEO now fire the security guard? That's where the metaphor's going. You
Could
didn't kill
you
yourself, so you're fired.
Could you please postpone your metaphors till later and tell me what
No, I
was
love
good or not so good
metaphors.
this session? Yeah, but
Okay, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up.
I mean, I don't know. The metaphors were pretty good. The stopping of the metaphors was kind of bad, though.
one thing I try to address it during the session. We tend to make a lot of film, movie, comic, whatever references. I'd like you to tone it down a little bit. You don't have to skip it altogether. Sometimes it's fine. This session I felt it got excessive.
Okay, I'll try to note that.
You got any points?
Yay. Alright then. So, at least we accomplished something. And,
Did we?
Zero's out of jail. That's something. Zero counts that as a win.
I mean, you started in jail. You told me you put yourself in jail. I don't know that that's anything. We spent an hour just getting you out of jail.
And it worked, so you win.
I mean, I didn't even think we were going to do that.
I didn't think so either. I'm like, this is kind of a very bold and unthought out plan, but alright, let's go.
Well, I mean, again, you put Cobra in charge, so We just
Yeah.
went to the hangar, and then Cobra said, like, I'm behind him, by the way. And then I get in my mech and I fire at my guns. I'm like, wait.
I know I just sort of transferred the pain of my thinking onto you guys, putting you on the spot a little bit that way. But I did quite enjoy seeing you guys squirm for a while.
No squirming. I'm just a lot of interpretation of orders. You told me to do something, I do it.
I know, but like the interactions and everything, it was quite fantastic.
I'm
I just had
glad to
sit
be
back and wait until you
entertaining.
got me my mech.
I was just trying to figure out the situation, and then somebody started opening fire.
You're welcome, by the way. Just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
glad to be entertaining.
Yeah, no, I was gonna try and figure out Beggar 1 and how to overcome patience and all that stuff. I thought we could have some sort of long-distance correspondence with you in the jail, and we'd come figure out the whole scenario, and then all of a sudden, explosions are going off. And how about we jump in the river? No? Okay. I wonder how much a clone of my dead body would cost.
For next time.
Okay, then you go on with your metaphors. We see us Wednesday. I'll still
Okay.
be online a bit for written questions, but see ya.
Gotcha. We'll let you sleep then. And see you guys.